drops the grappler. Drop kick. Oh, he got high in the air.
Drop kick. He must have got 6 foot up in the air with that.
He kicked out.
The grappler tries for a tag. Gino's got him by the mask, slams his head into the turnbuckle, and in comes Tully.
Tully Blanchard reaches up and grabs him as the grappler tries to knock him off. Tully throws a knee. Tully has him up for a bad breaker. He's got him down. Here's a count, and it's 2, and the grappler kicks out. That's grappler number 2. Here's a tag the other way. Tully Blanchard is holding him. There was a tag. Yeah. Oh, the grappler ducked. Tully Blanchard knocked out. Tully Blanchard knocked down on the apron. Hernandez trying to be slammed. He moves in behind the grappler. Oh, they knocked Blanchard off. He's rolled him up. Hernandez had him rolled up for a 3 count. Gino Hernandez got him rolled up for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3.
A new tag team champion. Tully Blanchard, Gino Hernandez. This place is bedlam and chaos and pandemonium. All 3 rolled up together.
There's the belts being given to Gino Hernandez. He hands one to Tully Blanchard. Oh, Blanchard hits him with it. Blanchard hits him with a belt. I can't believe it.
In the face.
Tully Blanchard has turned on Gino Hernandez. What's going on? Look at this.
Tully's going crazy on him.
Gino just won the championship, and now he's turned on him.
Championship, he turned on him. He looks like he's bleeding from his forehead. The grapplers are standing here. They don't know what's going on. I can't believe this.
I can't either. Tully Blanchard going after Hernandez, and here comes, oh, Hernandez. Blanchard bails out of the way. Now it's the 2 grapplers on him.
The grapplers are after him. They both are in there. They're both bleeding on him, and Gino is bleeding profusely from the head, dropping knees on the guy, just doing everything they can. And here's the
They're going after him. Remember, Tully Blanchard, Gino Hernandez have just won the Southwest Tag Team Championship. No, Scott, you don't need to get down there. There's enough. Well, there goes Hernandez making his comeback. Oh, the grapplers get out of the way. Gino Hernandez won the championship. His partner turned on him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you just saw what happened last week here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez did win the Southwest Heavyweight Championship, but of course the commissioner of Southwest Championship Wrestling, Lou Thez, after the action between Tully and Gino in the ring, ruled that the titles be vacated and there will be a one-night tournament to decide the new Southwest Tag Team Championship. We've had a lot of entries from all over the United States, and we'll be announcing you the outcome of that tag team tournament. Of course, the battle between Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez, there's no telling what's going to happen there, and that could go on anywhere around the world, as those 2 guys really got off in a bad way last week here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. And all you great fans out there from around the United States and also from other big cities around the world, I want to tell you that we've enjoyed your letters for the most popular wrestler contest, and that contest still continues, but it is winding down to an end as the computers checked out just a while ago before we went on the air. A new leader, Mr. Pile Driver Bob Sweetan, has taken over the lead in the most popular wrestler contest. Surprisingly, the Hangman Bobby Jaggers has moved up into the running, along with Tully Blanchard, and of course Ricky Morton still in the running for the most popular wrestling contest. Continue to send your letters in. We'll be totaling those up for you, and we'll announce the completion of that most popular wrestling contest here on Southwest Championship Wrestling for you very soon. Coming up today on Southwest Championship Wrestling, we've got another tremendous lineup for you. You already saw the replay of the tag team match between Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez and the Grapplers. You'll also see Tully Blanchard in the ring in just a moment. He'll be going against Eric Embry. Mr. Pile Driver Bob Sweetan is here, and he has got a surprise for you today, so don't miss that surprise. Also, the Grapplers are back in the tag team match. They'll be going against the Cowboys, Scott Casey and Rick McGraw. So don't go away. The action continues with the excitement from the junction in San Antonio, Texas with Southwest Championship Wrestling. We'll be back right after this. Blanchard going into the ring in just a moment has graciously given us some of his time.
That's right, Steve Stack.
When
I'm in the ring ready to wrestle, whether it's on camera or off camera, I don't care. You are paid to announce, Steve Stack. You're not paid to give me orders. Hey, you come here. Say, come up, Mr. Blanchard, would you mind being interviewed on my television show? This is the way you should talk to me. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I understand that you have just shown the events of the championship match we had last week.
That's right.
Where my former partner made the simple mistake of being inept at his job. You know, when you're a championship team or a championship wrestler, you do it by not making mistakes. You keep a level of excellence. The dynamic duo was a very excellent wrestling team. It was a machine. We both knew each other's moves, and we still know each other's moves. But Gino Hernandez has slipped from the excellent level that I require as a partner by the fact that one mistake, sure, is acceptable. But, Gino, you cannot keep making mistake after mistake. How many times can you hit me accidentally without meaning it? You know, and it cost a lot to do what I did. Cost the Southwest Tag Team titles, which cost me money. But I tell you what, it was worth it to see Gino Hernandez laying there, hurt, crying, begging for mercy. It did my heart good, because in the tournament, Adrian, Adonis, and myself will come back out the Southwest Heavyweight Tag Team Champions anyway, so the belt will be back around my waist, and Gino will be crying the blues. But if he ever gets back up to the level of excellence that he once had, he will be a formidable opponent. Now, Steve Stack, get back to your excellence as a television announcer and announce this match between Eric Embry and myself, if you don't mind.
You'll make your way to the ring, I'll be there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have Tully Blanchard being himself, of course, and Tully Blanchard making his way into the ring, and we'll go there now for the ring announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing from San Antonio at 235 pounds, Tully Blanchard. His opponent from Cloverport, Kentucky, coming in at 220 pounds, Eric Embry. One fall, 10 minutes. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Tully Blanchard in the ring now. The bell sounds. We're ready to go with Southwest Championship Wrestling and our great wrestling program from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas. Blanchard. You remember, it hasn't been too long ago since Blanchard and Embry hooked up here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. And, of course, Tully Blanchard really poured it on Eric Embry, but Embry has been working out quite a bit since then. He's been working out with Southwest Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Pile Driver Bob Sweetend. And you'll see a lot of improvement, as you have seen in the past weeks here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Eric Embry dives at the head of Tully Blanchard. Blanchard quickly puts him in the head scissor. Embry comes out. Look at Embry move. Blanchard moving quick. Yeah, Eric Embry holds on to the head of Tully Blanchard as the crowd here at the Junction goes wild. Another sellout crowd at the Junction tonight as Embry holds on to the head of Tully Blanchard. Embry. Really twisting the head of Tully Blanchard. Blanchard tries to push him off. Blanchard has Embry on the ropes. The referee Jack Howe counting. It's 4. Ooh. And he had to push him off of there. Tully Blanchard not wanting to break as he had Eric Embry on the rope. Embry going for a leg. Blanchard backs out. Embry is mad as Blanchard keeps backing away from him. Blanchard backs into the corner. And with a fist. There's a forearm. Another forearm. Blanchard whipped into the turnbuckle. Embry right there in the hip toss, and down goes Tully Blanchard. He doesn't stay long as he had Embry in the head scissors, and then Embry kicked out, and then it's Embry once again holding on to the side of the head of Tully Blanchard, who reaches in and grabs the trunk, pulls him over for a count of 2. It was, I guess, 2, right. And the referee warns Tully Blanchard about pulling the trunk. Referee Jack Howe here on Southwest Championship Wrestling.
watching the action. One of the finest referees around the world today. Blanchard with the arm. Moves it up into the hammerlock. Blanchard holding on to that arm. Embry coming up. There's a knee lift. Another knee lift. Blanchard knocked Embry onto the ropes. Embry with a forearm, another forearm. Blanchard with a fist. Side headlock. Going for a hip toss. He didn't get it that time as Blanchard locked his arms around the waist of Eric Embry. Blanchard reaching down, has Embry up. There's a backbreaker, side backbreaker. Oh, Blanchard, very skilled in the ring. Waited for the moment that he could get Embry in the position he wanted him. He got him there in the side backbreaker. Now he takes him, slams him into the turnbuckle. Blanchard in front, suplex, high in the air he goes. Tully Blanchard. And slaps Eric. Oh, he just reached down there and slapped him across the face. Tully Blanchard. I can't believe he did that. Boy, forearms from Embry, knocking Blanchard back towards the rope. There's another one. And another one. Blanchard comes back swinging. Nice drop there by Blanchard. He got Embry off balance again, took him back. Blanchard grabs him, throws him between the ropes and out near the crowd, setting it ringside. He went between the ropes, not over the top. Blanchard being told to move back. Oh, the crowd roars. Gino Hernandez has made an appearance. He is up on the apron here at the junction. Gino Hernandez has taken his jacket off. Gino Hernandez motioning for Tully Blanchard to come on out. Listen to this crowd. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can hear me. This crowd is going crazy as Gino Hernandez has made an appearance. You saw earlier on Southwest Championship Wrestling what happened. Listen to this crowd. Tully Blanchard is bailed underneath that bottom rope as the crowd chants, Gino, Gino, Gino. And I believe Blanchard is leaving. I believe Blanchard is leaving. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the referee's going to count. It's a 20 count. Gino Hernandez has come into the ring. Tully Blanchard is leaving. Hernandez made no contact with Blanchard. So I believe if he doesn't make it back by the count of 20, and he is going back towards the dressing room. In fact, he has gone inside the dressing room, and Eric Embry will be the winner. Eric Embry declared the winner as Tully Blanchard has bailed out of the ring because Gino Hernandez has made an appearance on the scene. Hernandez did not interfere. The referee counted Blanchard out, and it's Eric Embry the winner. And Bob Sweetan. And Bob, I don't know whether you was listening a little earlier. You have taken over the lead, the most popular wrestler contest. Fans from around the world sending in their votes. You're number one right now.
Well, Steve, I'll tell you what, it sure makes me feel good. I just hope that people keep them letters and cards coming, and maybe I'll be fortunate enough to win it. It sure be nice, Steve.
What do you think about what just happened here a minute ago?
Well, there's a lot of exciting things happening on Southwest Championship Wrestling. It's right now the tag team titles are vacated. There's going to be a tournament on, and I don't know if the people realize how difficult it is in these one-night tournaments. You might have to wrestle 2, maybe 3 times to win a tournament like that. So that's up for grabs. You know, I'm going to get me a partner and try to go into that. And then what the Commissioner Luthez said last week, that we're finally going to have an undisputed world heavyweight champion. And they're going to have a tournament for that, too. So there's a lot of exciting things happening on Southwest Championship Wrestling. I'm just glad to be part of them. And, you know, wrestling is like boxing. It has a number of different titles all over the country. And now we're going to have just one champion. It's going to be a great thing for the sport, professional wrestling. And like I said, I'm happy and fortunate to be involved in it all, Steve.
Well, I know the excitement of the Southwest Championship Wrestling just gets a little bigger and bigger every week. And Bob, coming up behind us here, gorgeous Gino Hernandez. Gino.
Before you leave, I got something for you.
What do you got?
I'd like to say to you, Tully Blanchard, you know, you can jump me from behind. You can scar me. But let me tell you something, you little weasel. I know you like nobody else. We've trained together. We've ate together. We've lived together. We've done everything together. But let me tell you right now, I've done a lot of dirty things, but there's no way, even if I tried, that I could ever be as dirty as you scum of the earth. Now, one more thing. You could get up here and talk about what a has-been I am, and you can get up here and say this and say that, and you can run. But I've got the ambition, and I've got the heart, but most important of all, I've got the people.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Gino Hernandez talking about his former partner, the other half of the dynamic duo, Tully Blanchard. And I don't know what it was that Gino Hernandez gave to Bob Sweetan, but it was a videotape of some kind in the case. We'll check with Sweetan, and we'll check and see what that was. We're waiting for our next match to come into the ring. We see it's working that way there now, so we'll go down to the ring for the introductions. Tonga John has made his way into the ring. We'll see if we can get down there with him. And the Hangman, Bobby Jaggers from Kansas, will be in this match as we make our way down the ringside for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is scheduled for one fall, the 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Dunlap, Kansas, weighing in at 265 pounds, the Hangman, Bobby Jaggers. His opponent from the island of Tonga, coming in at 285 pounds, Tonga John. One fall, 10 minutes. Well, the bell sounds. Bobby Jaggers hooks up with Tonga John. I want to try to find out what that videotape was that Bob Sweetan was presented by Gino Hernandez. As we watch this match, Jaggers with the left arm of Tonga John. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember the announcement Luthez made last week about the World's Heavyweight Championship. Well, we received offers from promoters around the world who would like to hold the finals of that tournament. Some cities, which promoters have called us from, Tokyo, Japan, of course the Big Apple, New York City, Miami, Florida has made its bid, Houston, Texas has put in a bid, St. Louis, Missouri, New Orleans, Louisiana, San Francisco, California, Montreal, Canada. All those bids coming from those cities just in 1 week, and I'm sure there will be more in the upcoming weeks, and we will announce the site of the World's Championship Final Tournament here on Southwest Championship Wrestling soon. So all you promoters out there who made the bids, we'll be getting in touch with you and let you know who has won the right to hold that World's Championship Tournament. Jaggers holding on to the left arm of Tonga John. Oh, John trying to make a comeback. Puts Jaggers in the corner, grabs him by the arm, whips him across the ring into the turnbuckle. Tonga John goes in after him, but Jaggers gets out of the way. Forearms to the shoulder of Tonga John. Jaggers holds on that left arm. Jaggers diving into that shoulder of that left arm. Jaggers back into that shoulder. Coming to Southwest Championship Wrestling next week, a new tag team combination for this area. Of course, they're known around the world. They're from New Zealand. They're called the New Zealand Sheep Herders. They're coming to Southwest Championship Wrestling next week. Well, the crowd is yelling here. Jaggers may have reached up and grabbed the hair of Tonga John to get him down. I don't know how he did it away from me. Tonga John trying to knock Jaggers off, gets rid of him. Here he comes bouncing off the ropes. Shoulder tackle sends Jaggers to the mat. John has him up for a slam. Tonga John on top of Bobby Jaggers. Jaggers kicks out. Jaggers whipped into the ropes. Tonga John in front, but Jaggers gets that boot up there and kicks him down. Jaggers whipping Tonga John into the rope. There's the hangman. There's the hangman, and Tonga John is down. The count is 2 and 3, and there it is. The hangman from Kansas. 265-pound Bobby Jaggers wins it over Tonga John, and we'll be back with more of the excitement of Southwest Championship Wrestling from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas, right after this. Earlier, Tully Blanchard out here talking about his tag team partner for the tag team tournament for the Southwest Championship will be none other than the Goodnight Irene man from New York City, Adrian Adonis. Adrian unable to make a personal appearance here on Southwest Championship Wrestling today, so we dug back through our tape files, and we'd like to show you now Adrian Adonis in the ring as he meets Terry Daniels. Well, Mike Graham's an interesting youngster.
He's a fine young man. I knew him when he was a 12-year-old guy, and he was a wonderful kid at the time, an amateur wrestler. In fact, I spent a little time in Florida, and we sometimes see each other socially and go through some wrestling moves and things, and I am really pleased to see how he has progressed. He is a real first-class wrestler, a real professional in his thinking. He's a very bright young man.
Right here, the tide changes now. We go from the world's champion to a man who is big and tough. He's a New York street fighter, Adrian Adonis.
He is that. He is that. And this is really a tough egg.
Oh, he is tough. You just look at him.
Very unpredictable. Anything can happen with him. Anything.
There again, though, Lou, you saw the speed coming from a big man. That's 250 pounds.
Oh, he's a fantastic athlete. He's just a street fighter. And, you know, street fighters, they stop at nothing. So you can expect anything.
Of course, he's going in there against a young man by the name of Terry Daniels, who comes in at 210 pounds, makes his home in Amarillo, Texas. Terry being put down there for a 1 count by Adonis. Now Adonis brings him over. Here comes the count again. You know, and ironically enough, Terry Daniels' wrestling career started against Adrian Adonis a few years back.
I didn't know that.
Adrian Adonis had been putting up so much money for anybody could get in the ring and pin him in a 5-minute time limit. This young man came off the streets, got in the ring with him. Of course, he didn't pin him, but that's where his wrestling career started.
That's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight.
I'm sure Terry has learned a lot since that night.
Well, sure, I'm sure he has. Of course, it's a never-ending thing. We continually learn. You know, after we were wrestling professionally for years and years, I would go work out with some amateurs and pick up some moves again, and it's a constant thing.
There's some nice drag there on that arm, putting Adrian Adonis down. One thing I'd like to bring out here, Lou, the kids sitting at home, they watch this, they see this. They try to use these moves on some of their friends, and they're getting hurt, and we don't want that to happen. These are professionals, and don't practice this on your friends and your neighbors.
It certainly shouldn't happen, and that's why amateur wrestling rules are different than professional rules, because you got to protect the young people. But they certainly should not try it. No, they certainly shouldn't. And they shouldn't try many other things they see on television.
Oh, yeah, you got that right. We won't mention those. There he ducked underneath. Look at that drop kick. Terry Daniels got high in the air. There he takes Adrian Adonis down. So Terry Daniels knows that if he can defeat Adrian Adonis here, that'd be a big feather in his cap.
Wouldn't it, though? Wouldn't it?
Terry Daniels holding on to the arm, but big Adrian Adonis is coming up. Whips him across the ring. Oh, he clotheslined him that time.
Sure did. With the power this man has, that's devastating.
Look at the upper body of that man.
He's a super athlete. This fellow is so strong.
Now that was between the ropes. In between the ropes, not over.
Not illegal, no.
Even though we don't like to see that because that concrete is very hard out there.
Yes, it is hard. But you know, many times a man can throw a man over the top rope, but not intentionally. It would have to be to the discretion of the referee. What a tremendous power suplex that was.
Boy, he really brought him from off the apron. You wonder how Daniels can even move, much less get up.
A lot of power to take him over the top rope like that, let me tell you.
Sleeper hold. That's his Goodnight Irene hold. He's got the Goodnight Irene clamped on. Let's see, is Terry Daniels going to go out? He is down. Adrian Adonis has him down. Adrian Adonis trying to put the Goodnight Irene on Terry Daniels. It looks like he is about gone, Lou.
He just snatched that out of the clear blue. He didn't catch him coming in or anything. He just reached out like a snake and got him. That's really phenomenal how he did that.
And there is the bells. The referee, Jack Howe, says that's it. Terry Daniels is out. Uh-oh.
Bleeding from his mouth.
He is, and Adrian Adonis is refusing to break. Now the referee grabs him by the hair and gets him off. And I don't blame him because Terry Daniels is hurt.
He may have ruptured a blood vessel. The young man's bleeding from the mouth. That's very unusual, and they should really attend to him immediately.
Adrian Adonis has got to try to wake him up because you don't want that young man out too long.
No, you certainly don't, because if the brain gets starved of oxygen for very long, why it really creates some damage.
We'll stay with it here just a second now to see if Adrian Adonis goes over and wakes Terry Daniels up. Adrian Adonis is backing away. Now he says, okay, let's see if he gets... He says, he yells Merry Christmas to
everybody. Merry Christmas, now that he's injured him. Sure, Merry Christmas. I hear him. That sounds to like the New York talk. That's the way they operate up there.
There he is. He finally wakes him up, and that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Goodnight Irene hold of Adrian Adonis wins another one here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. We'll be back with a six-man tag team match right after this. Southwest Championship Wrestling, you saw Gino Hernandez out here giving a tape to Bob Sweeten. And Bob, you're smiling. We just came back from our remote facilities out in the truck with our director, Eddie Aguilar, and we took a look at what was inside that videotape box, and it just happened to be the lost tape for the cage match where you defeated Tully Blanchard for the Southwest Championship.
That's right, and I've been doing everything possible to get that tape, to have the people see it, and now they're going to have a chance to see the missing tape. And I hope, Tully Blanchard, that you enjoy it very much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk more about it, but let's take you now to the missing tape Southwest Heavyweight Championship match in a cage from the Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio. Tully Blanchard against Bob Sweeten. Down goes Blanchard as Sweeten had the big haymaker wound up. Remember, the Southwest Heavyweight Championship is on the line in this match. Oh! Oh! If Blanchard gets up, it'll be a miracle. I don't know. Sweeten kicks him. Bob Sweeten with a crowd on his side, trying to finish off Tully Blanchard to keep the $5,000 and gain the Southwest Heavyweight Championship, but Blanchard is not done yet. It's Sweeten throwing Blanchard into the cage. Down to the mat he goes again. Blanchard going for the gate. He'd like to get out of that cage, but Sweeten kicks him, keeps him in there. Sweeten takes the head of Tully Blanchard and rakes it across the steel. Oh, Tully Blanchard getting the worst end of the deal right now. Sweeten going up on the middle rope. Sweeten is up on the top rope. There's no disqualification in this match, remember. Sweeten down on Tully Blanchard off that top rope. The referee, Jack Howe, cannot disqualify Sweeten. Here's a count. Oh, Sweeten only got a one count, reached down, grabbed the hair, refused to try to pin Tully Blanchard at this point in the match. He throws a fist to the head. Blanchard kicking. Fist to the head from Sweeten. Sweeten going for the power driver. He's got Blanchard up. He doesn't get it. He goes for it again. He does, well, he may have got a little that time, but he didn't get the full force behind it like he'd like, because Blanchard had the leverage going the other way. Sweet 10 was knocked backwards. Sweet 10 reaching down, grabbing Tully Blanchard, takes his head, rubs it across that steel cage again. The referee, Jack Howe, tells him to get out of there. He can't disqualify him, but he wants him to bring him back into the ring. Blanchard with a fist to the midsection. Sweet 10 has a fist of his own. Blanchard goes down. The Southwest heavyweight champion looks like he may be down and out, but he gets out from underneath that big elbow as Sweet 10 come dropping down through the air, but Blanchard wasn't there. 10 minutes have gone by in this championship match inside the cage at the Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio, Texas. Blanchard looks like he's going for the pile driver. Can he get Sweet 10 up? Oh, once again, Sweet 10 gets him up, throws him into the steel cage and outside onto the apron. Blanchard is outside the ropes. Sweet 10 kicking. Sweet 10 smelling victory. Can he defeat Tully Blanchard and gain the Southwest Heavyweight Championship? He's going for the pile driver. He doesn't get him as Blanchard still has enough left. Tully Blanchard is about as tough as they come. You've seen him many times come back when it looked like he was going to be defeated. And here again, he flipped Sweet 10 into the ropes. Blanchard with fist to the side of the rib cage of Sweet 10. Elbow to the top of the head. Blanchard choking Sweet 10 now. Referee pulls him off. Both men very, very tired. They have really poured on. Blanchard once again trying to go for a pile driver. He got him up. Blanchard got him up. He pile drive Bob Sweet 10. Tully Blanchard on top. Here comes the count. It's 2. Oh, and Sweet 10 kicked out. I can't believe it. Bob Sweet 10 kicked out after having the pile driver put on him by Tully Blanchard. Blanchard is kicking. Blanchard can't believe it either. You can see Blanchard diving through the air now. Blanchard reaches down, grabs the head of Bob Sweet 10, picks him up, slams him. That's 285 pounds he slams. Blanchard going over to the corner. He's up on the middle rope. He's up on the top rope. Sweet 10 is up. He grabs Blanchard. Power slams him. Here's a count. It's 2. It's 3. It's 3. And Tully Blanchard has been defeated. Bob Sweet 10 is the new Southwest Heavyweight Champion. Miss Betty Allen from Interfirst Bank, Park Cities, hands Bob Sweet 10 the belt and the $5,000. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got a new Southwest Heavyweight Champion. The fans love it. Bob Sweet 10 defeats Tully Blanchard, and he is the new Southwest Heavyweight Champion. Look at the crowd. They're going wild here at the Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio as Sweet 10 makes his way all around the crowd. They were looking like they were all on his side, and they got the thrill tonight. Inside the cage, Tully Blanchard goes down in defeat, and here he comes through the crowd holding up his belt. There it is, Bob. Can you believe it? The fans around the world have been waiting for that, and there was the excitement.
I'll tell you what, Steve, it does my heart good just to be able to see that tape, but above all, watch me slam Tully Blanchard down and pin the man and take the title away from him. Now there's no excuse. Tully Blanchard can't get up here and scream and say I didn't beat him. The people have seen the tape. I've got the belt. And what's happening, Tully Blanchard? Is everything going array? Are things breaking down? Are you having little problems with your stooges? Now you have a little problem with Gino. That's who gave me the tape. and I thank him very much for it because he did me a favor. And Tully Blanchard, I hope you really enjoy this tape.
Thank you very much, Bob Sweetan. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the missing tape. We hope you enjoyed it. Bob Sweetan is the Southwest Heavyweight Champion. We'll be back with another exciting match right after this. Scheduled for one fall as a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Istanbul, Turkey, weighing in at 255 pounds, Ali Bey, the Turk. The Turk. His opponent from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing in at 225 pounds, El Santo Negro. Negro, one fall, 10 minutes. Waiting for the bell for this match. And there it sounds. Excitement with Southwest Championship Wrestling from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas. We hope you fans around the world are enjoying it as much as we are bringing it to you. And don't forget, continue to send in your vote for the most popular wrestler. Be sure you vote for your favorite wrestler. Oh, what a collision. Neither man going down. Turk missed. Oh, a flying tackle by El Santo Negro. Had the Turk down for just a moment. Turk quickly up. Arm drag by El Santo Negro. Turk in between the ropes, trying to calm him down. Tremendous crowd on hand here at the Junction again tonight. We have a special group. The guest of Southwest Championship Wrestling this evening is a Christian group called Teens Unlimited, and they're from the Church of Castle Hills in San Antonio, Texas. 45 of the youngsters out here tonight, brought by Art and Gloria Gonzalez, and we welcome them to Southwest Championship Wrestling. Teens Unlimited from the Church of Castle Hills. There he comes flying off there. Then the Turk thrown out of the ring. Oh, El Santo Negro flying through the air here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. The Turk makes his way into the ring. Down to the ropes. Referee says break. El Santo Negro whipped him across the room. Oh, forearm to the back. El Santo Negro was looking for the backflip, but the Turk moved to the side. There's a big forearm across the chest. Chop, and down goes El Santo Negro. The Turk in front. Turk has him covered up. 2 count. Don't forget, next week here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, the New Zealand Sheepherders. And what a tag team combination they are. That was very close to the throat. Drops a throat of El Santo Negro across that top rope, and the referee, Jack Howe, warns Elevate the Turk. Forearm to the back. Big chop by El Santo Negro. Turk goes in, covers him up from in front, grabs him by the arm, whips him across the ring. Doubles up those hands, knocks El Santo Negro down. Turk going back into the corner, flies under that big kick. That barefooted Turk with a kick to the chest of El Santo Negro. Turk pulling at the head of El Santo Negro, lays that forearm across the chest. Santo Negro coming back at him. Flies to the air with a crossbody block. Does it again. El Santo Negro going up on the middle rope. The crowd is cheering him on. Let's see what he does. The Turk is up. El Santo Negro comes flying with a drop kick, and the Turk wasn't there. The Turk grabs him, pulls the leg up, and it's 1, 2, 3. And El Santo Negro goes down in defeat as Ali Bey, the Turk, takes advantage of his move. And stay tuned, because the Cowboy, Scott Casey, coming out next here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Match is scheduled for one fall with TV time remaining. Introducing first, the fabulous Don Carson presents, from parts unknown with a combined weight of 490 pounds, the Grapplers. The Grapplers. And their opponents, first from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 228 pounds, Rick Quick Draw McGraw. And his partner from Amarillo, Texas, weighing in at 236 pounds, a Cowboy, Scott Casey. Casey, one fall, TV time remaining. There's the bell as we get ready with this tag team match. Ladies and gentlemen, the excitement continues here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Don't forget, the New Zealand Sheep Herders next week here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. What a tag team combination they are. Be sure you join us. The Grapplers of Don Carson, who on our opening segment of this program you saw were defeated for the Southwest Tag Team Championship. Of course, the titles were declared vacant by the Commissioner Lou Thiz, and the Grapplers have entered that big one-night tournament to try to regain those tag team championships. Side headlock by Casey. Grappler number 1. Casey being hit in the rib cage by those forearms from the Grappler. They're on the ropes. The referee taps. Tries to get them to break. They break. Nice hip toss there by the Cowboy. Another one. Casey trying to kick Grappler number 2. Starts into the ring now. Oh, and Casey's got them both. There, he takes them both down. McGraw in with a drop kick. McGraw quickly gets out now. Well, McGraw saw his partner, Scott Casey, in trouble. He came in to help out, but Casey had things pretty well under control by himself. Quick draw McGraw in. Hip toss puts Grappler number 1 down to the mat. There's a knee into the leg of Rick McGraw by Grappler number 1, who tagged out, and now it's Grappler number 2. Of course, their manager, Don Carson, outside the ring, yelling instructions and doing the cheerleading for his Grapplers. There's a quick tag, and Grappler number 1 comes back in. Drops in there with a knee, and they are working on the left leg of Rick Quick Draw McGraw from Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll stay with this match as long as we can. Of course, our TV time is running down. Our director informs us we're under the 2-minute mark. The Grapplers punishing the left leg of Rick Quick Draw McGraw. There was another tag. Grappler 1 holds as Grappler 2 drops the knee in there. And Rick McGraw, how much could that leg take before something pops? I don't believe he'll be able to stand up on it if he ever can get away from him. McGraw twisting over. And now you saw the step inside leg hold there by Grappler number 1. McGraw trying to tag out to Casey. About 2 feet in there and he can't stretch. There's the tag. 1 minute. 1 minute remains here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the Junction in San Antonio, Texas, every Monday night for the taping of our nationwide television program. And if you would like to come on out and see us, just come on to the Junction. It's located at 1704 Blanco Road in the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas, where it's getting close to fiesta time. And as the Grapplers continue to punish Rick Quick Draw McGraw, Scott Casey would like to get in there and help out McGraw. Tell your friends about us. Southwest Championship Wrestling, the most exciting hour of professional wrestling anywhere in the world, right here from Texas. McGraw kicks him off. And ladies and gentlemen, Scott Casey makes a tag, and our time has expired. Till next week, this is Steve Stack saying so long for Southwest Championship Wrestling.